Alright, into Puppy Pack today, and I'm going to try and do something with the mandrill, which is going to be difficult because it's got one of those awkward abilities that's kind of hard to explain. I've already restarted this recording about 10 times because I keep getting it wrong. Essentially, the way it works is it's kind of like a budget version of the old chameleon. So when it faints, it will break the toy. However, a level 1 mandrill will only break tier 1 and 2 toys. Level 2 will break tier 4 and below, and then level 3 will break any toy. But breaking a toy is kind of not that useful. I mean, most of the time, a lot of the toys you want to keep them. So for instance, the garlic, you just want to have the garlic toy for 2 turns. Pilling the mandrill to get a garlic isn't really going to help you because you've ended up spending 4 gold for something that you can just buy in the shop pretty soon. But you can do a few things with it because there are a couple of other pets that function on toy break. So we've got the flying squirrel, which I really didn't want to use in this because every toy build ends up having flying squirrel in it. One of the reasons I just don't really like it as a unit. But there's also Mosasaurus, so if you have mandrill faint in battle, you can make Mosasaurus trigger in battle as well. And most of the time people use it for the shop. And then you've also got Puma, because if you activate the toy with the mandrill, then the Puma will still double it. So fairly limited options in terms of what we can do, but hopefully we can stack up a lot of different Mosasaurus to try and to magnify the effect of the mandrill. And mandrill is actually one of those units, there's hardly any of them left in the game now, that I've never had the level 3. So I haven't even bought a level 3 mandrill, let alone win a game. So we're kind of hoping to do that here as well. And we have the dromedaries, so I managed to boost the stats on both the ferret and the mandrill. And I guess part of the reason, I've talked about this many times before, part of the reason you're so restricted with the toy builds in Puppy is that there's no waffle. So you have to either keep finding the toy pets that you want, or you have to take the flying squirrel. And so here I've got the ferret, and I'm getting the caterpillar and the lobster ready for a pivot. Luckily we actually roll a mandrill in the empty slot there. I really would like to have already got the level 2, but it's not going to work out this time. But you can see the effect there, the mandrill faints and we get the trigger on the balloon in the battle. And thankfully when it faints in the battle it doesn't permanently break the toy, otherwise it would be, I think you would see it even less than you do already. And maybe at this point I thought I was going to be able to just use the balloon scaling to take the mandrill to the late game, but it's going to take a lot more than that. And here you'll see I actually obviously made a big mistake there where I had the lobster and the caterpillar frozen, thinking that I was stacking dromedary stats onto them, when in reality I was just wasting a shop space. So a little bit of a blunder there. But we bring the chicken in because I want to replace everything with Mosasaurus and then Puma later on. This person had the high attack raccoon, but I didn't have any equipment that was going to save the raccoon's life. So we're okay there, a bit of a desync error. Let's just refresh. And I think here I was taking the pie on the chicken because I've been trying to use chicken quite a lot. I can't remember so far. I think this is we'll find out soon enough, but I think, yeah, this is against all packs. So as per usual, I was playing against all packs in Puppy because I was hoping to angle something off the opposing team to try and mix the builds up. But of course, you can't angle mushroom, so we're not going to be able to power up the mandrill anymore. And in fact, to use the mushroom, you would also need flying squirrel, and I don't really want to do that. But we will have a look here to see what they've got, and I think I'm just going to buy the angler. It would be rude not to. Leech and hummingbird both not really going to help me in this situation. I'm not sure if are there any hurt pets in the whole of Puppy Pack? Probably not. But here we can buy the mongoose and get the television. Now, of course, we only have a level 1.5 mandrill, so it's not going to affect the television in the battle, which is kind of unfortunate, but getting a toy is important just for the Mosasaurus activations coming up. And yeah, we'll keep them further back for now and then move them up so that the Mandrill can get stats in next turn. And yeah, Golden Pack. Yeah, they do have Nurse Shark, but it's only going to be able to kill one thing on the team, so we should be okay. I kind of wish there were more effects that work on Toy Break so that you can kind of mix and match more. It feels like, you know, if you're trying to workshop a build for this, there's very little you can do other than what I'm doing here. So we're going to sell the chicken. I mean, I did put the pie on it, but, you know, the Puma just makes a lot more sense with this build. So we'll move the Mandrill and the Puma so that they get the maximum buffs from the Mosasaurus. Yeah, I think we'll put... we are going to waste one on the Lobster because it's going to have to go, but that's fine. We just need to concentrate the buffs onto the Mandrill and then look for something else. I mean, we could take Chameleon, I guess, as well. Although it doesn't really interact with the Mandrill in any way, as far as I'm aware. Actually, I guess New Chameleon works a lot better with Mandrill because it copies the toy before the battle, and so it doesn't matter if it breaks. Nice that we have the Garlic here so that the Dart Frog doesn't do as much damage to the Mandrill. And strange kind of having Antelope in the middle there so that they don't get any benefit from the Sea Lion fainting, but, you know, that's fine with me. And we get the double TV buffs from the Puma and then also the double stack from the Mosasaurus. It's just the scaling that you can achieve in a single turn in Puppy Pack is so strong. And you can see here, yeah, I'm Flying Squirrel, you know, it feels like I should be taking it, but I really don't want to do it. So we're just going to buy another Mongoose. And now we still don't have the level 3 Mandrill, so the TV's not going to do anything in the battle. And yeah, you can see I'm thinking about Chameleon again. I've recorded so much stuff lately with Chameleon that probably a bit of overkill using it again. Luckily, the Mandrill hangs on there with 1 HP, even though it got hit by the weakness. But now we're on 9 wins, and I need to find a Mandrill. There is another Mosasaurus, so really a chocolate would be perfect. And we'll freeze Mongoose as well, because we may need to refresh the television if I draw or lose next turn. And we don't find the chocolate or the Mandrill, which is very frustrating. And I think here I just sell the Mongoose to try and increase the chances of losing. Yeah, we'll put the Mandrill at the back, although we will arrange to get the maximum buffs from the Mosasaurus onto it. And just have to hope for a loss or a tie. And they've got a very big flea at the front of this Golden Pack team, so yeah, we're going to get crushed. Perfect. And now we just need to hope for a chocolate next turn. And I think I'll probably, because I'm on 3 hearts, I'll probably just keep rolling for chocolate rather than buy stuff. Maybe I should buy the Mosasaurus, I'm not sure. But luckily we actually roll a Mandrill in the empty slot, so we can buy-sell the television. And you can see there I got the Mandrill badge because I'd never level 3'd it before. And now we just rearrange. We probably want the Puma further up. And yeah, I think Puma needs to be further forwards because the Mosasaurus stats can't go onto the Mandrill because it's only going to happen once the Mandrill faints. So yeah, we'll concentrate the buffs onto the Puma. And then look at this team for turn 13. Level 2 Dragon, level 2 T-Rex, level 2 Doberman with almost 50 attack, and another Dragon. That was, I was kind of shocked at how strong that team was, but it does give us the chance to buy the melon for the Puma and another one for the Mosasaurus that's a bit further back. I think it's better to put it onto that one because it's going to get extra buffs from the one behind it when the toy breaks. And then in comparison to the previous turn, we end up facing a much weaker Pack 1 team, so we barely even get to see the full effect of the toy break synergy. But there we go, level 3 Mandrill win. Probably not going to do that again in a hurry.